First of all, thank you all for coming out here this morning. 16 years ago today, as it ends up, we had our first meeting of Holiday Express. This is our 17th season we're starting out. But it was on my kitchen table 16 years ago we came up with this idea. And we decided to call it Holiday Express. And our reason for calling it Holiday Express was that we felt it was important that it not be called Christmas Express. I know a lot of people think that political correctness is overdone. We don't agree with that. We think it's more than appropriate to call it Holiday Express. But the Express part indicated that we were bringing ourselves to the people we were going to service. Probably one of the number one problems that people who are truly destitute and in need have is that they have no transportation. So we were coming at the holiday time and we're going to them. We're not making them come to a theater or come to a school or something like that. For those of you not familiar with us, over those past 16 years, we've done over 600 events. We primarily try to find locations that if we are not there, they get little or no attention at holiday time. And our small army works here every day, as you can see behind you. Packing gift bags, we anticipate we will give out, once again this year, over 15,000 individually packed gift bags. And those are also earmarked according to the needs and wants of the population that we get the honor to go see every year. And in any given year, we have roughly close to 100 professional musicians. We have another 200 adults, many of whom are in the room this morning, and another 500 to 600 children who work truly tens of thousands of volunteer hours over all these years. Not thousands, tens of thousands in these 16 years we've been doing this, building the brand name Holiday Express. On September 18th, we sent a letter to the chairman and CEO and president telling them we wanted to get together to speak with them about this conflict, and we got no response. I then asked our executive director, Don Pignataro, to send it registered mail return receipt. He did that on October 1st, and he also left a message at the CEO's office on October 7th. We didn't hear anything. Then we received a letter from their intellectual property counsel. We should have known then the conversation was about to end. And they stated they were confident that their use of Toys R Us Holiday Express would be unlikely to cause any confusion, and they considered the matter to be closed. I then got in touch with that attorney, and we exchanged an email, and I just asked for a meeting. And she called me up, and I think she would not deny this. She basically said, listen, we're very confident in our position, and I could give you a meeting, but I'd only be showing you around my office. We would like them to stop using our name. We don't want a relationship. We want them to stop saying Holiday Express. That's what we want. Their attitude is that we are of little consequence to them. We're not invisible. And I think it's disingenuous for them to feel that there's no possibility that someone is going to look at that sign and say, you know, I think I'll go shop there because I'd like to help those guys out. That's great. They made a deal with Toys R Us. We also feel there's a flip side to that there may be people who look at that and say, wow, Holiday Express made a deal with Toys R Us. I guess they don't need my money anymore. We don't want to take that chance. Like every other charity that we could possibly talk about, we have seen a severe decline in our donations. And we can't afford to have anyone think that, well, this is great. You know, let's go shop there and we'll take care of Holiday Express. Or let's not bother taking care of Holiday Express because they already have a great deal with Toys R Us. We're not angry with them. We just don't like the idea that we've been dismissed by them and that they won't even come to a table and just talk to us about it and see if we could come up with something. How about a disclaimer, whatever. This is not some thing on our part where we're trying to negotiate a deal with them. They just would never speak to us beyond an attorney. Here's what we could have done. We could have just put our tail between our legs and go about our business. One of the problems with that is that this is going to happen every year. This isn't a one-time promotion as far as we can tell. If they're opening over 300 of these nationwide, I don't think they're in this for the 1 minute, the one season go. So we would have to put up with this indefinitely. The second thing we could do is, okay, let's get an attorney. We were very fortunate that an attorney was recommended to us by one of our volunteers, who shall be an unnamed judge. And that intellectual properties attorney told us that, sure, we could get an order to show cause. We could start going down the litigious route. The problem there would be that we would probably be volunteering ourselves for a six-figure expense, and we might not win. It said no guarantee you'd either win or lose, but once you get in that process, you actually can't get out unless the other side says it's okay. Okay, let's just all end this thing. You can't do that. And we know Toys R Us has unlimited resources. If we had put even $10,000 into some sort of legal operation about this, it would have hurt our mission. We can't even afford $10,000. We couldn't imagine a scenario in which someone would say they would take the name Holiday Express and use it for a commercial venture. It's first use, not first filing. So we go back 16 years. They go back 16 weeks. The question is, have we seen a drop-off in donations we can attach this? We can't possibly know that yet. This actually is our donation time happening right now. So we don't know what's going to happen. Basically, Toys R Us is saying there's no possibility of confusion. And we're saying, well, we're getting the phone calls now, so the confusion is already happening. We don't know factually what will take place. Because there's also the idea of just preserving your brand name. We've spent 16 years building up the brand name Holiday Express, and now it gets diluted because it becomes part of just a commercial venture. But our two goals were either to have them stop using it, but being practical people, it's November 10th, our birthday. They're not going to tear those stores down or tear those signs down. We need to meet with them and discuss what can you do, or else stop using it next year. Is there any possibility, particularly for people in Monmouth County, that there's no possibility that someone would say, wow, Holiday Express is in bed with Toys R Us, great, I don't think so. All we can hope for is to let the public know that this is not us. That is our primary goal today, and I appreciate your being here to spread that word.